Hello, lovely people. My name is Larissa and welcome to my YouTube. In today's video, I wanted to share, just some helpful information on how to get started on a high fruit, high raw vegan diet, high carb, low fat, if that is what you're interested in. And I highly recommend this way of eating because for me, it's honestly changed my life. And before we get started, I just wanted to note we're filming in my car today because it has been a mission today trying to find somewhere quiet to film. But this is what we're making do with. So it's pretty hot out. I have the AC off so you don't have to listen to that in the background as well. So hopefully I don't get too sweaty. But anyway, let's get into it. So the first thing that I recommend figuring out for yourself is your why. Why do you want to get into a plant-based diet or a high carb, low fat diet, a fruit-based diet? What is the reason? What is drawing you to this way of eating and this lifestyle? And get really clear on that because it will help motivate you and stick to your healthy new way of living. And some examples might be maybe you are dealing with some sort of health issue that you're trying to clear up. Maybe you see that, that it's more in alignment with nature if you do the research on how humans are primates and frugivores. So you're feeling called to it for that reason, which in my experience has helped me deepen the connection to my soul and deepen my spirituality. Obviously, another really great reason is for the ethical reasons. The whole reason behind going vegan in the first place is to reduce our harm towards other animals and the suffering that we cause on this planet with all of the choices that we make. And of course, we can't be 100% perfect, but we can really, try our best, and living a vegan lifestyle honestly should just be the default because we don't have to kill animals to nourish our bodies, so we might as well not. Maybe you're also trying to get into the best shape of your life, like lose some excess weight or put on some muscle. Surprisingly, even though fruit doesn't have a ton of protein, it's a great way to put on muscle and stay lean and healthy. And I prefer to focus on it from a health perspective, not necessarily just aesthetics. I mean, that's a plus, but when you're focusing on, feeling good and making sure your body is healthy and strong and just feeling its best, that is more so what makes it easier to stick to a healthy lifestyle rather than just looking at yourself externally and wanting a specific result. The external result will come as a side effect, but the focus should be health and feeling good. But yeah, there are so many reasons why you might want to start a high fruit diet. It's anti-aging, it gives you lots of energy. In my personal experience, it has helped me overcome mental health issues. So whatever it may be for you, get really clear on that, and it will help you be motivated every day and excited every day to enjoy the beautiful abundance of this lifestyle and enjoy feeling your best. And it will help you, get through the ups and the downs as well. So when you're first starting out, you might have all of this food that's still in your home that you no longer want to consume. So I would highly recommend giving it away to friends and family. You can feel free to finish up some of the snacks and stuff that you already have, and realizing I no longer want to put this stuff in my body. It doesn't make me feel good, but this is my goodbye to my beloved junk food or whatever it may be. But if you're feeling really called to just stop consuming that kind of stuff, then just give it away. So just commit to yourself that you're not going to buy the chips and the processed foods and the candy and the junk anymore. Just say goodbye to it. I know it's hard when we have emotional attachments to junk foods, but we need to start having more of an emotional attachment to our well-being. So it takes time, it's a process, it takes steps and creating new habits, but say goodbye to your beloved junk food and whatever you're no longer feeling called to consume. And the next time you go to the grocery store, just stick to the produce section. Don't even go down all those aisles, just aimlessly wandering, seeing if you find anything that looks good to you, because the advertising and the marketing behind all these junk foods, they're really, really good at getting you to get their products. So just stay away from all that propaganda, that brainwashing, and that junk, and just shop in the section that has the living foods. I mean, the frozen section is great. Grab some frozen fruit as well. Get stocked up. The key is to stock up on the good stuff, and do not even bring any of the junk home with you, because once you have all these fresh fruits and veggies, you're gonna want to eat them. You spent the money on them, so don't let it go to waste. So stock up. I recommend finding places where you can even get like boxes of fruit so that you can, have bulk on hand. So, see if you can find somewhere to get a box of bananas, a box of oranges, a box of tomatoes, stuff like that. You can probably find somewhere nearby that has something like that, but if not, then just go to the grocery store, stock up on large quantities, because the more you have, the more you'll eat. And a huge key to succeeding is eating enough, eating in abundance. Because another huge reason this diet and lifestyle is absolutely amazing is you never have to restrict your calories again. I don't want anyone on this lifestyle thinking like, oh, I need to undereat on these calories because I'm trying to lose weight, or I ate too much yesterday, so I need to eat less today. No, that's not how it works. Like, we need the fuel for our bodies, because being active is super important for health, and just even when you're not active, your body is using up energy just to sustain you. And especially when you're transitioning into this healthy lifestyle, your body's going to need a lot of energy. You're going to feel a little bit fatigued and a need to rest, because you're going to be going through a very transformational process in your body of getting rid of built up waste and toxins that have accumulated in your body from an improper diet. So you need the energy. And of course, like, if you don't have a big appetite in the beginning, for many reasons, like maybe it's because you're going through that cleansing process and your body's like, okay, we need more rest. So, it's okay to honor your body if you're not super hungry. Like, just like when you're sick, we naturally feel called to like sort of fast a little bit. And that's, for me, the only time that fasting is really necessary. Some people try to push themselves into these extended, prolonged fasts, and they're hungry and they're forcing it on themselves. And for me personally, like, that's not how I roll as a mostly raw vegan. I prefer to just listen to my body and realize, okay, like, yeah, if I were to get sick and lose my appetite, that's my body asking me to like naturally fast a little bit. I mean, we all fast every night when we sleep, and that's when our bodies can do the deepest cleansing and healing, because all the energy is going towards that rather than digesting and assimilating food and nutrients. But yeah, and another reason too why you might feel like you have less of an appetite in the beginning, or maybe your appetite will be huge, but sometimes it's harder for people to eat the volume of food that we need to eat on a like raw vegan, fruit-based, high raw kind of diet, because you need to eat just a huge volume compared to what you're used to, because these foods are way lower in calories, but you still need the energy, so you still need the calories. So, you need to eat like a lot of fruit, a lot of veggies, compared to in the past when you ate like something processed that maybe had like 1,000 calories in a smaller size. So it takes a little while for your body to get used to the amount of fiber and the amount of volume going into your stomach, and to stretch out a little bit in your stomach. But this is a good thing when you're eating high fiber foods, and these whole foods that are high in carbohydrates, high in nutrients, and really good for your body. So don't be afraid. Don't think that you have to undereat. That's not how it works. And that's why this is like, honestly, it's one of the key points for me, for why this diet and lifestyle is absolutely amazing, because I just see so many people out there suffering with the whole like the lies we've been told our whole lives about dieting, that we have to restrict, but then we end up binging. So you restrict all week and undereat, and then you have your cheat days on the weekend and you know, overeat on junk food. Like, no, that just keeps people in a really bad place with their health and their weight and their mental health. Like, it's just so unhealthy overall. So like I said, go to the grocery store, stock up on a ton of fruits and vegetables and eat them every day. Try and get in 1,000 calories like in your first meal and for breakfast, or at least for lunch, because sometimes I start off the day with something lighter like oranges. I'll have like 6 of those sometimes, but every single day I try and get in like 1,000 calorie smoothie either for breakfast or for lunch, and that really helps sustain me. It keeps me full, keeps me energized, and it keeps me happy. Like, that's the other thing. Carbs and calories, they keep us in a better mood. When we undereat and starve ourselves, we get hangry, we get grumpy, it doesn't feel good. So making these like 1,000 calorie smoothies is really helpful for me. I like to put lots of bananas, like 7, 8 bananas, lots of dates, like 7 or 8 medjool dates, then like, you know, other fruits, frozen blueberries or mango. Sometimes I do just bananas and dates with like coconut water, and cinnamon. I have like, I sometimes share like recipes on my Instagram if you want to check that out. And I also have some recipe videos in my past videos. So yeah, if you want any recipe ideas, also in my what I eat in a day videos, there's lots of recipes as well. But yeah, just huge key point, eat enough. I will never stop saying that because it just needs to be said. And really importantly, you have to release the fear around sugar and fruit sugar. Like, these things have been demonized for years, and it's all just propaganda. It's all just to cover up the fact that it's the animal products and the high fat foods, the refined foods that are high in oils, stuff like that. That is what we need to avoid. The overconsumption of fats is the problem. It's not the overconsumption of sugar. We don't get enough fruit sugar. We don't get enough energy into our bodies that is actually designed for our bodies every day. I made a whole video on how I reversed insulin resistance, which is pre-diabetes. So this really goes into blood sugar and fats and sugar, and why we need to focus our diet on a high carbohydrate diet, low fat. And so if you're interested in learning more about that, go check that video out. But essentially, our bodies run on carbohydrates. We need carbohydrates. We don't need excess fat. Excess fat in general, doesn't give our bodies energy. It does other things that are important in our body, and we need it in appropriate amounts, not too much, not too little. And we need to focus on the correct fats, like the omega-3s are the most important. And we need to get the saturated fat and cholesterol out of our diet. And cholesterol is only found in animal products. So once you stop eating animal products, then you're good to go on that. And then you should also be mindful of taking oils out of your diet and just eating less like nuts and seeds and stuff like that. Like, they're great for your body, but just don't overconsume them. We're not designed to like eat handfuls and handfuls of nuts and seeds. Like, I usually just add some into my salads at night, into the dressing, or sprinkled on top, just to get in some of those omegas. But don't overconsume fat. You'll definitely be slowing your body down. And it's also not great to combine high sugar foods, high carbohydrate foods with fats. And I go into all of the reasons why in how I reversed my pre-diabetes and insulin resistance. So yeah, if you're interested in learning more about like blood sugar and all of that, it's a great video for that. But yeah, so essentially get clear on your why you want to enjoy this beautiful lifestyle. Shop in the produce section. Don't wander around the grocery store. Just get what you need and get out of there before any of those products convince you to buy them that you don't want. And then the other thing too that I want to mention is have fun with it. Enjoy this lifestyle. Don't have this mindset like, oh, I have to do this, otherwise blah, blah, blah. Like, do it because you love it, because you enjoy it. Go out there and find cool fruits to try. I love trying new exotic and tropical fruits. You can usually find some cool stuff at like Asian markets and stuff, or any sort of ethnic markets near you. Hopefully you have some. You can travel for fruit to try new fruit in new tropical locations if you have the ability to do that. That's super fun and exciting. Trying new recipes, just like getting excited about this new healthy lifestyle because it's making you feel better, it's making you look better, you're glowing. Like, focus on the positives and don't make it about restricting, like, oh, I can't eat this, I can't. No, you can eat whatever you want, but you're choosing not to. You're choosing something better for yourself because you're prioritizing yourself, you're prioritizing your health. And when we do that, when we take care of ourselves, then we can show up better in the world. We can be more of a productive member of society and give back to others in a much more fulfilling way because we're feeling our absolute best and we're loving life. So we're giving back out of love, out of pure love and joy for life. So things like meditating daily and exercising daily and doing these other things to boost my mood and help me enjoy life so much more, and trying new things, trying new fruits, new recipes, all these things that get me really excited to wake up every single day and enjoy my life that I'm creating, because we all create our own realities. We have the choice every day to pick and choose how we live, and we're picking and choosing to live a healthy lifestyle by eating lots of fruit and raw living foods and lots of carbs and lowering our fat so that we're not slowed down and keeping our bodies healthy. Like, these are all such positive things that should be celebrated. Make every day a day to celebrate, and your life will just start feeling more and more positive. So that's probably a huge part of the reason why my mental health has really benefited from this lifestyle. Like, when my body feels good, my mind feels good, and then everything feels good. So it just gives me a reason to celebrate life every day and enjoy it. And I just want that for everybody. And then I also just wanted to add to the whole enjoying this lifestyle aspect with not being so strict with yourself. Like, this isn't like, there's no rules, like strict rules that you have to follow. If you're committing to raw vegan, you have to be 100% raw vegan for the rest of your life, and you can't eat this and you can't eat that. Let go of that mindset. Embrace a freedom mindset. Realizing that you are embodying an abundance lifestyle, because fruit is a symbol of abundance. It is abundant in nature, and you can eat it in abundance. But also eat what you feel called to eat. Sometimes you may be craving something a little bit heavier than just raw fruits and vegetables. So if you want to eat that sweet potato, eat it. Like, these are things that I tell myself. Like, for me, as long as I stick to a high carbohydrate, low fat, whole food, plant-based diet with lots of fruit, and I'm enjoying what I'm eating and I'm eating what I'm in the mood for, I feel great. So just because you had a sweet potato one night out of the week doesn't mean you're not raw vegan, or you're not, sticking to your goals. If that sweet potato was calling you and you ate it and you still felt good, then do whatever feels best for you. But in my experience, it's super important to eat a big meal of fruit for breakfast and for lunch. And then for dinner, usually I'll have a big green salad with lots of different vegetables or savory fruits. Like, technically, like tomatoes and cucumbers are also fruits, but they're savory, not sweet. And then from there, I'll decide, okay, do I want to have just a completely raw dinner and make like a nut, seed, or avocado based dressing for my fats? Or am I feeling like I need more carbs? So do I want to add like sweet potato or like brown rice or lentils or something? Or maybe even just other kinds of non-starchy cooked vegetables. Just depends. But yeah, I just typically go based off whatever I'm in the mood for. And I go through phases. I've gone through phases where I've eaten 100% raw for months and months, up to a year at a time. I've gone through phases where I eat completely raw, like almost every single day of the week. Maybe like one day a week I'll have something cooked for dinner. But lately I'll have more cooked things regularly, like maybe like 3 times a week with my dinner. So I just honor whatever phase I'm going through, and I know that no matter what, I'll keep going back to days of eating 100% raw, because that always makes me feel my absolute best. But it's a lot easier too when you have an abundance of high quality produce. So typically, yeah, when I have less availability of high quality fruit or high quality stuff to put in my salad, then I'll kind of resort more to eating potatoes and other good carbohydrate sources. So just keep some starchy vegetables and stuff like that on hand as a backup plan for you if you feel called to, because it can be hard sometimes to find an abundance of high quality fruit depending on where you live. But potatoes, sweet potatoes, stuff like that are great. Ooh, I love squash too. Those are super, super great to have on hand for the days where you just didn't feel like you got enough carbohydrates or enough fuel. And you can have that with your salad at night. And I actually highly recommend, if you do end up having some cooked food at the end of the day, still have a big salad with it, because those raw living enzymes in that living food is really going to help you with your digestion, rather than just eating a solid, cooked meal when your body's getting used to eating more raw foods. So still get the raw foods and the greens and the hydration in with that meal. But yeah, I mean, this is just if you're feeling called to not be 100% raw, because we don't need these purist mindsets, okay? Like, some people like that way of thinking and eating, but to me, just seeing how the majority of people have gone in and out of this lifestyle, I've noticed the more strict people are and the more dogmatic people are, they don't really seem to stick to it long term. So I want to share helpful tips that like are for sustaining this lifestyle long term and helping you feel your best, especially with your mental health. That is so, so, so important. It's not, there's so many aspects to health. To me, being happy is being healthy. And when our body is healthy, it's so much easier for us to be happy. They both work together. So I guess that's all for my tips for today. I hope this information was super helpful. And yeah, I hope you guys are all having a lovely day and eating lots of fruits and hopefully able to get outside and get some sunshine, or get out in nature at least, get some fresh air. And yeah, thank you once again for tuning into this video and joining me. I am so, so, so grateful for all of you and your support. It means the world to me. So yeah, if you feel called to like this video, that helps me out a lot. And if you're new here, please subscribe for more. And you can also find me on Instagram if you want to check me out there too. And yeah, I'll see you guys in another video very shortly. Have a lovely day. Bye.